Well, I started in 1987. I graduated from Illinois College, and I went into coaching because I'm from a split home, and really the male role models in my life were coaches. And I thought that would be a way to make a difference. I know what coaches meant to me. Actually, I started out wanting to be a head basketball coach, and my first year out of college, I went to New Berlin. I went to Illinois College in Jacksonville. New Berlin is just a little small town between Springfield and Jacksonville, the Pretzels. And I was there for 2 years, assistant football and head junior high basketball. My third year there, I became head football, head basketball, and head baseball coach, and I got married. So things have went pretty fast, and I'm proud of the programs that we went to, but I love coaching. I've settled on football because I think it just gives more to young men, the discipline, the work ethic, the integrity, character, accountability, all those things. It's the one thing that people haven't tried to make easier, So, I think football kind of gives more to the kids. Well, again, it's about making an influence. I believe that we're all called to do whatever what we're supposed to do, and I think being a football coach, you're one of the most influential people in the world, because if you have a player that his dad's a millionaire, that millionaire will listen to you, and it's that impact of influence, and it's not to be taken lightly. So we do try to instill, some moral integrity, what's right and what's wrong, how to act and how to treat people, and respect yourself, those kind of things, because our goal is to, mold young men into men, and hopefully, the kind of the trickle effect, when they go out into the workplace, they'll have that solid, foundation, and when they become husbands and fathers, they pass that stuff on to their kids. So, we take that very seriously, the impact that we want to leave on them. We hope it's a positive one. I enjoy practice. People think that's crazy, but I enjoy my other than being at home with my wife and 3 kids, my heaven on earth is on the practice field. When we get out on the grass, and it's just a peaceful feeling. I know that's where I'm supposed to be. That's what I'm supposed to be doing. That and then the actual games. That there's not a feeling in the world like a winning locker room after a game that you've really prepared and worked hard for. I enjoy that, but most importantly, I enjoy the relationships with the kids. I've been in this for 22, 23 years now, and getting wedding invitations and those kinds of things. That's pretty cool. Well, I hope it's positive. I know when I was a young coach, I really coached for me, and I wasn't a real. I'm not proud of how I coach sometimes, but as I grew in my faith and family and all those things, and I really hope that they see that it's okay to do the right things. I hope that they have the courage to do the right things and be stand-up guys. Be leaders, be tough, be disciplined, because the world's tough, and you can't be weak and be out in it. And there's a right way to be tough and a wrong way. You can be tough and arrogant, or you can be tough and disciplined. And I'm hoping that our kids know, and they can look back on something that we've taught them. They can look back on. In fact, I do get some feedback from former players, just like Christmas time or something. I'll get a note and say, "Hey, Coach, I remember when you said this. It really happened. Thank you." Those kinds of things are just golden for me. We've got to get some kids healthy. Right now, Denzel Stewart's done a great job running the ball. But, you know, our best receivers this summer, one has been out. Our number one kid, Joey Homer, has been out with a concussion and really kind of hasn't been the same since, and we're trying to get him back. Tony Giammaria, probably our second best receiver, a junior, had a broken wrist from the summer. And so we've got two sophomores really that are stepping up in there, Terrell Brown and Reggie Walker. But they're sophomores, but they're phenomenal athletes. So at some point, I mean, this league is good and it's got great coaches. We're going to have to throw the ball, and we're going to have to execute that because people are going to be keen on our running game. And for us to advance, we have to be able to distribute the ball. Doug Kerouac does a good job. He started for me since a freshman at quarterback, and you know, we're going to have to pass. Our defense is playing really solid right now. Our secondary needs to improve, but these kids just have to. They just have to win. You know, to understand what it is, and how you have to work to stay on top. And I'm trying to get them to focus on ourselves instead of our opponents. In this league, you got to bring it every week. And if you're not outworking your opponent, you can get beat every week. So that's the challenge, to see how this team matures, how we practice, you know, how just our attitude. And we've got great kids. I've got I would put my assistant coaches up against anybody's in the state as far as, you know, experience. And, you know, I've got guys that played in the NFL, you know, I've had a national champion at Eastern. You know, I've got former head coaches. I mean, it's there. We just all have to get through it together.